the Pittsburgh Steelers. The kicker, Chris Boswell, has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh.
Ready?
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a first down.
This defense for the Steelers, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope they'll recover.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
First down, here's Burrow. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Steelers are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down and 4, Pickett. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The Steelers had 12-3 now on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And the offense last week, they certainly have things humming, because if you can run up 40-plus points a game, you certainly take a lot of pressure off of your defense, and you're not going to lose very often.
And some room to roam now. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. take it away after the touchdown. The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Didn't learn his lesson the first time, but looks like a second early interception got through to him. Now he understands. Don't force a throw if it's not there. Oftentimes, running is the better play anyway. Case in point, he picks up a first down there.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground, and they want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
McPherson's kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Pickett to throw on 1st down. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he gets it down to the 32. 59 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Pickett now on 1st down. Completes this one to Pickens. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point put through by Boswell, and the lead is up to 18 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10. As opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. Here we go. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, 75 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Looking to throw, Pickett.
He finds Austin complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Pickett's throw complete there to Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Second and 7. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They'll throw again with Pickett. This one finds Austin out right. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That's good for 28 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll try and run with Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. There he goes, left side. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Bengals.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising, because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know. Looking ahead.
And he pulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown.
Joe Mixon,
as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes it a 28-24 game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the locker. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here we go. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
To the air on first down with Pickett.
He gets it complete to Harris. So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on second down.
Pickett.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. Touchdown! Tyler Boyd with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bengals have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that gives them a 3-point lead.
after the touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 69 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Up past the 30, second down coming up.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Boswell for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Bengals drive about to get going. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Back to Mixon on second down.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On third down, Mixon dances by him. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And now they will throw it with Burrow.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Levi Wallace with a pick. There he goes right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Mixon.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in by Chark. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Right side, there's Likely with it.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here we go. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Burrow will throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. DJ Chark, a touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air.
And the Bengals are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And he'll get in for the 2 points, and that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said, go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Pickett sets up play action.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Pickett.
Completes it to Austin. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, the defender was right on him.
Trying with Pickett here on third down. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll run again with Harris.
146 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And he will have a Steelers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Najee Harris
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Steelers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 25 yards that time.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
Touchdown, Bengals! So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. Stopped up shy of the 45 despite some pretty powerful running. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. 174 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On the give, this is Harris. Oh, look at the juke. But Steeler 1st down and a pickup of 11 yards.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring, and it still comes down to one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Pittsburgh, they continue to show they're playoff ready as they move to 13-3 with one game remaining.